Well, this is part 2 of Safety First. Again, part 2 of Safety First. This is our second week that we're dealing with safety first. You know, I admit sometimes we are, and there's no doubt about it, but I won't say that we're always reckless or that we're always irresponsible or that we're always careless. I mean, we may find ourselves at risk because we simply don't know how vulnerable we really are or how exposed we are to danger. I mean, many of us, we were raised a certain way, we were taught a certain way, and taught a certain way to think. And generally speaking, we are a trusting people that tend not to be suspicious of everything and everybody. And that's a good thing. I mean, our relatives have always been honest, as far as we know, believed in the good book, and have always tried to adhere to the golden rule. Okay? But consequently, if we follow that pattern, we can find ourselves victims of things and predatory people that we never in a million years suspected would do anything to harm us or to take advantage of us. I mean, those are good thoughts. That could be a good thing. You know, they're good feelings. And they may even sound like some good ideas, but they can be absolutely dangerous and deadly for each one of us. This is my take. So don't hate. Well, if you have a minute, come on in and let's talk about it. Well, good Thursday morning, and welcome to another episode of My Take on this beautiful Thursday morning, December the 23rd, 2021. This is the eve to Christmas Eve. And of course, I believe we're in our third day, 3 days into winter already. And so what a blessing that is. You know, although we have begun to plant some seeds, we're still working on the soil. That's you and me. Seeds are being planted every day, and I trust you're taking advantage of what's available to us to help us raise our awareness and remind us of ways that we can keep ourselves and our family and our friends safer. Okay? And I suppose I do, at this juncture, need to add a disclaimer here so that everyone knows that I only offer information and suggestions for your knowledge and for your consideration. Anything that you decide to do, my friend, or not do is solely your decision and your responsibility. I preach, I teach, and I take full responsibility for whatever I say. But beyond that, it is all on you. Okay? Good deal. Now that we got that straight. You know, in the larger scheme of things, there are people and organizations such as military personnel, law enforcement personnel, other public safety personnel, or those in the medical field, or educators, and others, including pastors and preachers, who are charged with protecting us in one way or another and charged with keeping us safe. However, that does not relieve us of the personal responsibility that we have to take whatever measures that are available to us to protect ourselves and keep our family and ourselves safe. It is ultimately our responsibility. Some feel that, the military has failed us or police have failed us, and there's no doubt about it. There have been times that they have. Many other people have failed us. But have you ever given any thought to the number of times that we have failed ourselves? Yeah, there are others who have been negligent, but what about you and me? And we don't have to walk around, listen, I don't want us to walk around fearful and paranoid in order to take care of ourselves. Just a matter of being practical, using common sense, and yes, using wisdom. And I'm grateful to be able to share by way of Facebook our daily thoughts. Have you hooked up with those yet? Have you connected yet? You are missing a blessing, my friend. Hook up with our daily messages. I'm blessed and I am privileged to have that opportunity to use Facebook, primarily right now on Facebook, with the posted daily messages, or what I call daily tips to help us make it through the day. And I trust that you are finding them helpful. Well, wait a minute. First of all, I trust that you are finding them. I trust that you have located them and paid attention to them. Then I trust that you find them helpful. And if you are, let me ask you to do this. If you're finding those daily tips helpful to you, then please share them with others, your family, your friends, anybody. You don't even have to mention my name. You don't even have to tell them where they come from. Just share the thoughts with them, okay? And for those who watch by way of YouTube, always glad to have you on board. For you now, at the end of each video, because I don't have those daily messages posted on YouTube, but at the end of our video during this particular series, if you will, of these particular segments, I will list those daily posts that we've had for the previous week. I will list them. They will be scrolling at the end of the video, and you have an opportunity to scroll through with them and check them out, and of course stop along the way and read them very carefully. And I know that they will be a blessing to you. And since I am posting each day, these next few recorded messages will be, I try to hold them in about 10 or 15 minutes or so. I'll try, okay? And I believe that's enough to get our attention, and that's enough to be of help to us. So we're going to try that. Today, I will briefly speak on basically three areas, three things. That is, they are road rage. Yeah, you're very familiar with that. Mall rage or shopping rage. You're familiar with that one too. And then public awareness. Public awareness. Okay, so let me begin with public awareness. And what I mean by that is being aware when you are out in public. Whatever you may be doing, just being aware of your surroundings, being aware of what's going on around you, being aware of who's around you, being aware of how you are carrying yourself. Again, I call it public awareness. For example, I'm going to go through a few things very quickly. But for example, when you're fueling your vehicle, when you're entering or exiting different stores or service stations, when you're loading or unloading your vehicle, when you're leaving home or when you're returning home, when you're walking down the street, whatever you're doing. And one of the things that could really hurt us when it comes to public awareness is cell phone. Cell phone. It blocks not only our vision, but it blocks our attention. It blocks our awareness. And a cell phone can be of help to us, but it could also cost us dearly. It really could. So be very careful about your use of cell phone when you're out in the public, because it can be very dangerous for you. And before you know it, somebody could be upon you or something could happen before you even realize it. Okay, so again, I'm talking about when you're in public, when you're doing certain things in public, when you're gassing up your car, your vehicle, you want to be aware of your surroundings. You want to know what's going on. And one of the things that I do when I'm gassing up, here's what I discover. And we do it without even thinking about what we're doing. Whenever you pull up somewhere, whether you're pulling in your driveway, pulling up to the church, pulling up at work, or when you're getting in your vehicle, you know where our eyes go right away? Downward. Every time, check it out, downward, every time. We're looking at our phone, we're looking for our keys, we're checking to see this, we're looking over here, we're putting something over there, our eyes go downward. So here's what I want to ask you to do. Keep your eyes at eye level at all times. And I know sometimes you got to check this and check that, I understand that. But listen, when you get in your vehicle, get in there and lock that door right away. And I think so, that it's a good idea to start your vehicle up and then pull on out to the side somewhere. And whatever you're doing, do it. But, keep watching. You want to keep your eyes at eye level, okay? Because somebody could be on you in a minute. Now, one of the things that I don't drive new cars like y'all do. I drive old cars. I have a Suburban, and I'm thankful to have it. And I could drive a new car. I just don't want those payments. But I have a 2002 Suburban. I don't know how many cars they make like this, but one of the things I don't like about it is that when I pull up, excuse me, you're still trying to wake my face up and wake my voice up. But when I pull up and put it in gear, all the doors, all the locks come off automatically. I don't like that. I don't like that. So what I have to do is lock the doors back. And I wish I could figure out a way, and I'm going to check it out, see if a way I can get around that, because I don't like that. When you pull up and you put it in gear, then all the locks pop up. Somebody could jump in one of the doors, jump through the back hatch. You know, you never know. I don't want all my doors unlocked. I'm the only one in there, and I'm the only one getting out. I don't want all my doors unlocked. So if you have a vehicle like that, be very aware that when you pull up and you put it in gear, all the doors unlocked, just lock it back. If you got people, if you got a car full and people got to get out of every door, that's okay. But when I'm the only one in there, or even if there's someone on the passenger side, I don't want all the doors unlocked. I don't want the back hatch unlocked. I'm not loading anything. But that's the way it is. And you may have a vehicle like that. That's one thing I do not like. I'm enjoying my Suburban, but I don't like that, okay? So I have to be aware. I lock the doors back. Then I unlock my door when I get ready to get out, okay? So you be very careful of that, especially when you got what these carjackers and all that kind of stuff, or just people trying to rob you, or just people trying to harm you, or just people trying to get in your car. And always look, getting in and getting out, daytime or nighttime. Look in the back seat, check it out. You know, look around, whether you're getting in your vehicle, whether you're getting out, look back. And that's one of the things that can help prevent and keep you from leaving a child in the back seat. You know, because you can forget, you can get distracted. But look, make a habit of looking, because the boogeyman may be back there. Okay, so look, all right. But again, you know, put the cell phone down, keep it handy. But take that thing down from your head. That's not the time you need to be talking to your friends. Now, some of you feel comfortable. You know, I want to talk to you while I'm walking to the door. You don't need to be talking to anybody while you're walking to the door. You need that phone free, so if you need to call 911, you can call them. And you can keep your mind and your eyes on what you're doing, okay? All right. But that cell phone could be your undoing. So be very careful about that. Again, keep your eyes at eye level, using your peripheral vision, scanning the area constantly. Let me put it this way. Use what's around you to see what's around you. Use what's around you to see what's around you. If you're in a store, that store has a monitor that's monitoring the parking lot. Check it out before you walk out there. Walk to the window, look out the window before you walk out there. Look over there where your car's parked. Make sure nobody's hanging around, hovering around over there. When I'm gassing up, I'm standing, I'm looking through to the other side of my vehicle, making sure nobody's trying to get in on the other side. I'm turning around, I'm scanning, I'm looking around, and I'm not looking around because I'm scared. I'm looking around because I'm careful, because I'm cautious. Okay, so you want to keep your eyes at eye level. You want to know what's going on around you. I look in my windows sometimes. I'm standing there looking in my vehicle, looking at the window, and it also serves as a mirror. So while it looks like I'm looking at the vehicle, I'm looking at what's behind me as well. All right, use what's around you. Use what's around you. You know, because it can help you. You may see something suspicious out there, and you have an opportunity to avoid it. Listen, and whenever there's some suspicious people around, you want them to know that you are alert and that you are paying attention. Let it be known that you are not easy prey. You know, if folks around there, now a little bit later I'm going to tell you, do not make eye contact under certain conditions, but under these circumstances it's okay. You just got to look around, you know, just look around. They need to know that you're paying attention. That's when they look around for weakness. They look around when you have your guard down. That's what they're looking for. So you be alert, you know, and let them know, yeah, I'm checking you out. Yeah. No, not staring, but just looking around. And when they see you are paying attention, they'll probably leave you and go attack somebody else. I hope it doesn't happen to anybody, but go and attack somebody who's not paying attention. Okay? You don't want to be easy prey. When you're at an ATM machine, one of the things that I do when I drive up to an ATM machine, I keep my vehicle running at all times, and I keep it in drive. I keep it running, I keep it in drive. So if I need to take off in a hurry, I ain't got time to be trying to crank it up, get the key in. I'm ready to roll, okay? And And of course, you have to be careful now that you don't take off unknowingly. You have to pay attention. It's a practice for me, so it's not so much of an issue. I pull up, roll the window down, and I'm looking. I hit my rear view mirrors. I'm looking. I look at my other rear view mirror. I'm looking around, and if anybody's close to me, I don't do any transactions. I've had it happen to me. I had a guy walk all the way up to my vehicle. I saw him coming from the side of the bank. This was in the evening. The bank was closed, and I reached over and touched some help that was there with me, and as he approached the vehicle, I looked at him. I looked at him, and I gave him that look. Don't even think about it. Then he said, "Oh no, I wouldn't have." Here's what he said: "Oh no, I wasn't coming up to your vehicle. I was going over here." And I'm like, "Well, you better get your, yeah. Okay, so keep your eyes at eye level. Watch what you're doing." And I keep my vehicle in drive, in gear, ready to roll. Doors locked, the whole bit. And even when the money is about to come out, if I'm making a withdrawal, I look around first, make sure ain't nobody else hanging around waiting to grab my money. Okay, so there are different things that you can do to protect yourself. Okay, but again, watch out for those automatic locks that unlock when you put it in gear. And here's one of the other things that I do. Sometimes it helps just to do a drive-by. Just drive by wherever you're going. Do a drive-by, survey the area before you pull in. I often do that. Whether I'm coming home, whether I'm going to the bank, going through the drive-through. Sometimes I drive around, circle around once so I can see if anybody parked out there in the car. I can see if anybody behind the building. And it helps to do the same thing when you're at home. You just drive by, look up there in the driveway, drive by the house, look over there in the backyard, and then come around, come back, make sure nobody's following you. All of that, there are different things you can do to protect yourself. When you're inside the house, look out the windows before you leave the house. Look out your door peephole if you have one before you're going out there. Be aware if you got one of those Ring cameras. Look through that to see if there's nobody out there. When you're coming home, check it out again. Make sure nobody's standing around your garage. Make sure nobody's standing around your driveway. Okay, to me, it's always a good thing to just do a drive-by. Even if you're pulling in to get gas, drive through the whole parking lot and come back around. Just check it out. Look around. Okay, now let me cover how we're doing on time. Hang in there, okay? You know me, so hang in there, okay? Let me talk a quick minute about mall rage or shopping rage. Okay, so we talked about public awareness, and I could go on and on about it, but I'm just trying to cover some highlights today. Mall rage and shopping. People out there are absolutely, can be, let me say it that way, can be absolutely mad. Can be absolutely mad. So in that regard, I'm going to give you 3 words right here: promptness, patience, and priority. Promptness, patience, and priority. Whatever you do, do it on time. When you are prompt, then you don't lag behind. You're not running late. When you're patient, you can wait on it. You have time to wait. And then place what you're doing by priority. What has to be done today? What has to be done right now? And what can wait till later? Let me tell you something, my friend. Refuse to attempt to go places or do things that you don't have time to do. I'll say it again. Refuse to go places or do things that you don't have time to do. Stop this madness of I am going to squeeze this in, because you're going to be frustrated, then you're going to get caught up in the mall rage, because you're going to be running late. You're going to be in a hurry. And you're going to be trying to police the people around you. Why don't y'all hurry up? Get out of my way. What y'all doing up there? What y'all waiting on? What's taking so long? Mall rage. Shopping rage. Decide, my friend. Organize your thoughts. Organize your activities. Decide what needs to be today or what needs to be now. And decide what I can do later. And plan a time for the rest of it. I often share this with people. whenever I have an opportunity, I just come out and tell them this. But when there's an opportunity for me to say it and try to advise some people on, two main things for me, and I don't know what it has to do with, whether it has to do with my age. I think it has to do with my wisdom. Let's do that. I think it has to do with I'm being wise. But here's two things. My main things that I tell folks: never leave home hungry, and never leave home having to use the bathroom. And don't let your children do it. Never leave home hungry, and never leave home having to go to the bathroom. And I'm going to add a third one just for you. I'm going to add a third one. Never leave home in a hurry. Never leave home in a hurry, or with just a short time to do what you need to do. Don't leave home running short on time already. You're already behind. You're already at a disadvantage. Don't go out there into the world and try to make everybody adjust to you being late. Will y'all speed up? Will y'all move over? Will y'all get out of my way? That's you. That's not them. Stop racing around and racing with people. All of these will absolutely ruin your shopping experience. Here's something I just recently learned, and I am learning, and I just a matter of a couple of days ago began to practice. No matter how crowded the store is or how frantically people are running around and racing around, you do your shopping. Take your time, relax, and take all the time that you need, because when you get to the register, it'll still be there. And guess what? They'll still take your money. Just because everybody else is racing around, what are you running for? What you racing around for? Racing with everybody. We race too much. I don't care what they're doing. Take your time. Let me tell you, it feels so good. And I don't know what it is. It used to be, I walk in the store, and if it was crowded, I think subconsciously, I feel like I got to hurry up. I got to beat them out of here. I got to beat them to the register. I got to beat them and pay. I got to beat nobody. Take your time. Walk through. Relax. And do what you need to do. Check out and get on out the door. Simple as that. We race around too much, my friend. We race around entirely too much. Okay? So, again, talk about, what was the first one I talked about? Public awareness. And then mall rage or shopping rage. And then thirdly and finally for this segment, I want to talk about road rage. And a lot of it is due to us racing. A lot of it, watch it now. Look at what you're doing. Pay attention to how you're feeling. Look at what's going through your mind. We're racing. We're in a hurry, and there's no need to be in a hurry. And then when someone else is not driving the way we think they ought to drive or doing what we think they ought to do, then we get all upset, or somebody may get upset with you. Stop racing with people and stop trying to police everybody else's driving. What's wrong with you? You can't drive? Can you? That's not our job. I ain't talking to you right now. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to me. Guilty, yes. But I am learning, thankfully, yes. You can't go around policing everybody. Why don't you speed up? Why don't you get out of my way? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? They got just as much right to the road as you. But I will tell you in advance, if you're going 20 miles an hour, please get out of my way. Okay? But you don't want to slip into that road rage. We race to beat the light. We race to the register. We race to the pump. We race to make the turn. We race to change lanes. We race to pull into traffic. Racing around. Let me tell you something about road rage. Do not engage people on the highway. Don't even make eye contact. And I told you I was coming back with a time that you don't make eye contact. Don't even make eye contact. And certainly listen to me, no sign language. You know what I'm talking about. No sign language. Drive your speed in your lane. Stay focused on the road. Don't even pay them any attention. And please, my friend, don't you ever follow anyone and be watchful of anyone trying to follow you. Never, ever get out of your vehicle on the highway. Don't confront anyone. Never approach anyone's vehicle or follow anyone home to work or any other place. Never do that, my friend. You're asking for trouble. And someone could actually shoot you or attack you and kill you, and nothing's going to be done about it because you advanced on them. You showed hostility towards them. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Practice road etiquette. We'll talk more about it another time. But practice road etiquette and road discipline. Use patience, my friend, and use promptness. Do what you do and do it on time. Okay? Road rage could leave you on the side of the road. Again, never attempt to stop anyone's vehicle. Never stop your vehicle to confront anyone. Never ever approach anyone's vehicle or attempt to follow them. Don't do it. Don't even make eye contact. Don't even be looking mean at them. Don't even be trying to stare them down. Choose to ignore rather than confront. Refuse to entertain them or engage them. De-escalate, disengage, distance yourself, avoid confrontation, and avoid conflict. Hear me. Disengage and escape. Disengage and escape. Disengage and escape so you can live to tell the story. Now this is my take. What do you have to say? Sound off. All right.